Chewbacca, banging my chest and my head on the lock. Feeling like Waka Flocka Flame. I put the opposition out the game. I'm out the pocket, but I rock with the game.
All right, gentlemen, we've made way too many mistakes this week, okay? Football's a simple game, but you keep making these silly mistakes, we're not gonna win. So let's get out there and let's have a good practice, huh?
Shut up! Cowboy 80! Go! Ready up! Ready, go! Ready, ready! Ready, hut! Here we go! 60 Eagle, 60 Eagle! Ready, ready! Got it, ready? Check go!
You have got one more opportunity. Let's go for gold.
Hut, hut!
today. From Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, it's Week 2 of the NFL on EA Sports. It's the New England Patriots taking on the Green Bay Packers.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. A moment ago, the pride of Massachusetts, the Patriots, introduced to this, as always, sold-out crowd as they get set to go head-to-head with Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
And we will not see a run back on the opening kickoff. This will be a touchback. Veteran Green Bay quarterback Aaron Rodgers ready to go for drive number 1 along with the rest of this Packer offense.
And he certainly had his share of struggles in the opener, threw a couple of ill-timed interceptions in the game. So that was something that was harped upon all week in practice. Because if he's going to help this team be a winning one, he can't give the football away like he did last week.
Now the man from UTEP, this is Aaron Jones. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31. The numbers for Jones last week, 19 carries, 96 yards.
They look like a team that really emphasized the running game in the offseason. They were going to build around it. Didn't matter if they were going to run gap scheme, power scheme, whatever. They've got a runner who finds yardage if you give him just a little bit of space.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. Now Rodgers. Pass hauled in by the 6'4" tight end Sternberger.
I know I spend a lot of time talking about how tight ends in a lot of cases now are pumped up wide receivers, but they're still big people. He used that frame right there to absorb a really big hit on him and held on to the ball.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Working from the gun, Rodgers. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders flying to the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Here's 2nd and 10. Shotgun now for Rodgers. He finds his man, complete. It's Phillips. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
But that certainly has to feel good. And it's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. On 2nd down now, it's Jones, and he's going to get this down near the 30-yard line.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard. Rodgers with a give. It's Aaron Jones. Shreds him with a stiff arm. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Now they'll throw with Rodgers. And he's got it. Touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Packers take it right down the field and score on the opening drive. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This taken in at the goal line. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This is Smith with a grab. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Good job there to locate his tight end, Charles, in the middle of the field.
Yeah, he has good pass-catching abilities, and if they're able to continue to find him here in the early going, I think it'll help out his teammates out on their perimeter. You can take the big shots later if he occupies their attention.
Looking here for Smith downfield. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Patriots. Jonnu Smith, his second touchdown on the season. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. They scored the most points of anyone on opening weekend, and now first quarter touchdown here.
And while there's no guarantee that all the points they score in opening weekend are going to hold up and be the average all year long, they're certainly starting to set that type of a pace. And what you do with that is you put in the heads of all of your opponents, we've got to really be ready on defense because these guys know how to put the ball in the end zone.
You think they can keep piling on the points like this?
I think they can if they're prepared to adjust and adapt, because they won't see the same defenses week in and week out.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will be brought out to the 25 as Taylor elects to not return it. The Packers offense here coming back out for their second drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. Now it's 2nd and 9. Here's a give to Jones running left. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28. Nice job there on the tackle. Keep him in the short gain. And, of course, he got some good news this week. He was named AFC Defensive Player of the Week from last week's effort.
And part of the reason he got that award, because of plays like that. Not every play is spectacular. Not every play is for a loss. Make the plays that are in front of you, keep it to short gains, and you pile up statistics.
Umpire threw the flag, usually always indicates holding, and that's what we've got.
And you know, depending on their positioning, where you are on the field, the umpire's got different responsibilities, but always making sure no one's holding.
And he'll be stopped at the 27-yard line, well short of the first down marker. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that'll bring up 4th down. On 4th down, punt coming from Braden Mann. Taken right on the 30. A very good return there. Give him an even 20 yards. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Very good starting position for the Patriot offense as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. They'll look to throw here. Over the middle, complete. That's Smith. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. A big play there for the Patriots.
I'm pretty sure any quarterback will tell you it's nice to have a tight end that can stretch the field. And how about him right there, working in the heart of the defense, and they connect on a very nice play downfield. A combination of talent and toughness to go into the briar patch.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. From the 4, this is 2nd down and 1. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's over the line and into the end zone for a Patriot score. Damian Harris, his first touchdown here of the new campaign. And the Patriots have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front. Offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
So now, Charles, 2 touchdowns, 2 tries at 2-point conversions, and both fail.
And you want to say, let's go ahead and run the kicker out there from now on. But the problem is you're chasing points at this stage. So now you've got to dial up more 2-point conversions and hope you're successful from here on out.
And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. The Packer offense now ready to get back onto the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line.
And Brandon, you know that expression? He just does what he does? It sounds trite, doesn't it? But in this case, it's perfectly apt. This is one of the better runners in the NFL. And all he does is just find avenues, find ways to pick up key first downs and big runs.
A short gain of just over 2 yards as the first half clock dips inside of 3 minutes. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. On the delay, Jones. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. 50 yards on the ground for him now on 9 carries. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And he'll get 2 or 3 out of that one, as that is going to take us to the 2-minute warning. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. From just shy of midfield, Rodgers. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also third down. Now it's Rodgers. And the pressure gets to him again. It'll go as a sack, a loss of 3, and in turn, it takes us to a fourth down. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Now, after the punt on that play, we've got a man down on the field. We'll get a report when we return to Foxborough. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that could change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
8 yards to go on second down.
He'll drop to throw. He's going to look downfield for Henry. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
My first thought is surprise because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
He's got him in, complete. And all the way up to the 47-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. They'll let this go for the end zone. And it'll be incomplete. Good job staying with it defensively. And it'll bring up second down. Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Jonnu Smith as the first half is winding down. And the Patriots will extend their lead here just before halftime. Good throw there, and I don't want to blow it too out of proportion, but he looks a lot more comfortable in his second season.
You can tell he put the work in the offseason, and what I mean by that is understanding the playbook. Not just the plays and how to execute them, but how to do it against a variety of defenses. Also understands his team better, what they can and cannot do. You can see the confidence rising in him as he plays.
He hits the big target for the two-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee, and they'll bring the football out to the 25. Here's Aaron Jones in the offense trotting back out. He's been good. They've utilized him well, but they're losing here in the second quarter. What might they change offensively?
I think that what you try and do is expand how you get the ball to him a little bit. Get him out in open space, maybe swing the ball to him. What's that they used to call in the West Coast offense, the long handoff? Yeah. Serve as your running play that way, as well as continue to feed him the football. Some of these runs now may pop bigger later in the game because of the effects of running it. Sometimes people, after a while, they don't want to tackle him anymore, or they get tired, or they get out of position, or he runs through tackles. Continue to feed him the ball. He's having that kind of game.
Yeah, might they get him the ball in some space in some different ways here. get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Taking it about the 1. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20.
Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And, Charles, they've got the lead. Put your coaching hat on here now. What's the game plan for the second half?
I think getting the
Packer pressure, and down he goes. They bring the safety on the blitz, and he busts through to drop him for an 8-yard loss.
This defense coming out after the half, and if that plays any indicator, Charles, maybe a little refreshed and refocused here for quarters 3 and 4.
Yeah, they did really well on that one. That's exactly what they need to keep doing if they want to change their fortunes in this game.
And he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to try and go deep again.
And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
And how about this? 4th and long, and they're going to go for it. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw.
And that's caught by his tight end, Dalton Keene.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. Well, that's some kind of effort. When he caught it, I doubted if he could get there. Knew it was going to be close, but credit him. Really good effort.
How about the rack on that play, the run after catch? But most of the time we think of it as just being an open field and picking up yardage. Sometimes you have to be real physical in order to gain the yardage you need for a first down.
Now this one to his tight end out on the right side. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15. On play action, they'll throw. Looking for Harry. He airs it out deep. Touchdown! N'Keal Harry, 47 yards. And the Patriots add on to their lead.
A nice throw there by the second-year quarterback.
And I don't believe that was the kind of play he would have made as a rookie, because usually your rookie season is a continuation of your college days. A lot of one read, and if you don't have it, you just take off and go. Now he's settled in the pocket a little bit more, reading the field and getting to a 2nd and sometimes 3rd progression. That was a nice play.
And he is going to be stopped short of the goal line. Oh, they'll mark him inside the 1. He just couldn't keep churning those extra few inches, and the 2-point attempt is turned aside. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
Taylor decides not to try to return it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
Here's the Packers offense now getting set to start off this 3rd quarter. Rodgers will bring the pack up with a 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Throwing to start the drive. Rodgers.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. A 2nd and 10 now. 3rd quarter action from Foxborough.
Throwing is Rodgers. And his throw here's incomplete. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Rodgers. Throw taken in by Taylor left side. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the 1st as the tackle is made at the 33. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down. On now is the Packers punter as he's on to kick it away. He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. This is fielded at the 27. A great return there of 22 yards. And the Patriots take over. Now here's the signal caller getting ready to lead this offense again. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the 1st quarter, good 2nd quarter, and now continuing that here in the 3rd.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people. No errors, right? Not turning it over.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. And he takes it down deep into Green Bay territory. A big play there for New England.
There's another big play for him right there, and that's not the first time we've said that throughout this game. This last catch puts him over 200 yards receiving for the ball game and leaving the defense with just one word in their mind: helpless.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. They hand this off to Harris, and nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down. A chance to really put this game out of reach. Here's 3rd and goal. They'll set up to throw. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Let's give this defense some credit now. They let the guys get downfield, but when push came to shove, they stood their ground. Now they'll likely force a field goal attempt.
The offense stays out there. A big challenge here from this far back, but they're going for it on 4th and goal. They go for it on 4th and goal, but that winds up incomplete. Rodgers now on 1st down. Making the catch is Sternberger. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it 2nd and a foot or so.
Brandon, they didn't get everything they wanted out of that play, but the tight end did. And I don't mean it in a positive way. Great job of him holding on after absorbing that big hit.
Jones breaking from the contact. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. 71 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8.
Throwing now is Rodgers. And he will find his man on the outside. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. A gain of 8 there on the play. And they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. From the gun, it's Rodgers.
Now swing pass for Dillon.
And down he goes, but the stiff arm utilized effectively there. And it helps him move the sticks.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive in making plays.
It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
Being chased out left. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. There he goes, right side. The 20. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
New England's offense set to go. And they have to be feeling pretty good. Comfortable fourth quarter lead as they take over following the fumble recovery.
His throw caught at about the 5. And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. On second down, it's Harris.
I don't think there's any question, Brandon, at this stage, the stop troops, the defensive guys, they've got to use their 3 timeouts here. They've got to stop them and get the ball back.
Yeah, if you're in that 2 to 3 score deficit window that they're... And he is in! Touchdown, New England! Damian Harris with 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game.
And the Pats are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Well, I tell you what, Charles, I know that you don't put a ton of stock into power rankings and things of that nature, but another score here, and 2 weeks into the season, this is maybe the most impressive team in the NFL. Would you agree?
Well, they've certainly sold me as they've sold you, and I agree with you, no question about it. They won easily last week. They're on their way to another lopsided victory here. They're definitely a team to be reckoned with, and they are serving notice to the rest of the league. I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you went, yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurting this spot. No, okay.
Green Bay's offense ready to go again.
And the turnover last time, that's sort of been symptomatic of their struggles here in this one.
Big word. I like it, though, because you're exactly right.
Like that, don't you?
All game long, they've struggled moving the ball, turning it over on the last possession. Is that word again, symptomatic?
Yeah.
I like that.
Your analysis, symptomatic of the success of this broadcast.
What I like is that you gave me the word, and I just kept using it.
And he's going to be taken down with a marker on the field. So let's see about the call. So that one, a hold, right guard.
And you understand why offensive and defensive linemen probably go to martial arts schools and work on their hands so often, because that can be the make or break difference on a play. This time he had to grab a jersey in order to make the play happen. Got caught for the penalty.
And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down.
Defensively, we always know that he is tough in run support, and I think the way that he gets there is he understands what an offense is going to do before the ball's even snapped. A great job of scouting prior to the game, then reading, reacting, and taking the right path to the ball carrier. That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
Throwing is Rodgers on 3rd down. This one swung out here to Jones. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. It'll go as a gain of 4. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. They'll run it with Jones. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. Remember, that was 4th and a full 2 yards. There's a big difference between that and 4th and maybe 6 inches or a yard.
Yeah, you're exactly right, because when it's at 6 inches, you just fall forward and you pick it up, right? You just go quarterback sneak. But having to move bodies, that means you actually have to execute because they know what you're going to do. How are you going to make the right play call and get everyone into the right...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. All smiles and high fives on that defensive sideline. That interception will cap off what was truly a tremendous performance.
Yeah, if you can hold a team to 7 points in the NFL, that's the kind of day that you feel really good about. Now, I do know a few guys are going to think to themselves, held them to 7. If we'd made one more play, could have had our shutout.
And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. So the folks in New York just going to wind up confirming what the official saw, as this play will stand as is. Now a pass here caught by Hunter Henry. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. Looking like they're well on their way to a 2-0 start. All smiles right now on that sideline, isn't it?
As well there should be. It's hard to win a game in the NFL. We hear it all the time. We know that it's difficult. But guess who's smiling? But inside is thinking 24-hour rule, because we're going to have to play again next week.
Boss man.
Oh, without a doubt. The head coach, he wants them to feel good, but at the same time, find a way to keep improving.
Lutz good on the extra point, and the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. On the return from his end zone, Malik Taylor. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Now the Packers get set to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. From up near the 40 now after the big play to start, here's another 1st and 10. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. To throw is Rodgers.
He'll drop this underneath for Jones.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. The Packers going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. The Patriots going with a dime package here. 2 extra defensive backs on 3rd. Rodgers to throw once more. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Phillips. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. On 1st and 10, here's Rodgers. Under pressure, and he will go down. Sat back at the 38. Now the Packers going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this 4th quarter. He finds his man complete. It's Phillips. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. And a timeout coming in. This will be their final one with 10 seconds remaining.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
To throw, it's Rodgers. Setting up the screen here, Aaron Jones. And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. Now a play fake. Rodgers. And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Oh, wait, hold everything. A timeout has been called. Seemingly silly with 1 second remaining in this game. One final try for Rodgers. We've seen this before. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And, you know, it wasn't a shutout. They did give up the points in the 1st quarter, but 2nd, 3rd, and 4th quarter, they held them scoreless.
Brandon, if you throw a shutout for quarters 2, 3, and 4, you're going to win a lot of games in this league. And this felt a lot like, almost like if you say baseball, and the pitcher goes through the lineup the first time, and the hitters get to see him, and then they come out after that, and the bats start blazing, right? I think they saw their best stuff in the 1st quarter and just shut everything down from that point on. What a great, convincing performance.
So for the Patriots, they use the favorable early schedule to their advantage as they move to 2-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Buffalo Bills. Meanwhile, for Green Bay, they'll fall to 1-1, and they'll try and
Fellas, we've got to have a great practice today. There's no other option. We've got 17 weeks, we strap it up, and we get better each week. This is one of those times you got to take advantage of it, all right? So let's get at it.
Set, Cougar 19!
Today, from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's Week 3 of the NFL on EA Sports.
It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. And the opening kickoff will not be returned, as that will be a touchback. Out comes the offense for the Bills, led by their quarterback at 6'5". That's Josh Allen.
Coming off of a loss their last time out, I think he's just seeking to make a bigger impact on the game. He threw a touchdown pass, didn't throw an interception. I think he just wants to jump those numbers up in terms of flinging it around and letting his receivers get into the end zone.
First down, Allen, and incomplete to open things up.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Allen, and he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Christian Barmore gets him for a loss of 8. What great push up front.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Only 2 yards, and it'll be a punt on their opening possession. After last week's loss, you bet this offense probably wanted to come. With a little more fire than a 3 and out.
And I'm sure that people are saying, hey, come on, Coach, where was the pregame talk? Have these guys ready to go? But you and I both know it goes into preparation and practice and being ready to go. That gives you the confidence to come out and play. They've got to find that and fast.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. That's taken at around the 40. A good work bringing that one back as he picks up about 16 on the return. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10. So now you've got their offense coming out for the first time with great initial field position. And a look here at their go-to guy under center.
And he's off to a fantastic start to the season. Already 8 touchdown passes in just his first 2 weeks of the year. Now, I don't think that's a pace he's going to be able to sustain. But at the very least, he's got this offense humming here to start things out.
Oh, he's going to air it out right away. That's to Aguilar. Touchdown, Patriots. Nelson Aguilar. His 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Patriots have taken the early lead on the road here in Buffalo.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now you can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
And now the Patriots are going to line up to go for 2 here. They'll try and throw for it. To the goal line, but it's incomplete. Tough there. Good pass. Hit the hands. He just couldn't bring it in.
And every receiver's coach everywhere. Seeing that play, focus, focus, focus. Watch it all the way in and tuck it away.
So they went for 2 and failed. They didn't use him on the PAT, but now he boots this one away with a 6-0 lead. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback. So here come the Bills out for their 2nd drive. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
Singletary to get the drive started. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30. These are his numbers from last week's contest. 18 carries, 79 yards, and a touchdown.
And, partner, I thought it was a lot of fun for us to be able to sit in on their film session with the offensive line. We saw how they blocked it up last week to pretty good success, and we see what their game plan is for this week. They expect that defensive front to be someone they can move.
Flushed out right. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
A play fake to Singletary, and now it's Allen. He's going to go deep for Beasley. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete, I can't imagine that'll be the last shot that they take in this game.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And he'll take it across the 50 and into New England territory. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5. This defense for the Patriots very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
And he's unable to haul it in, so it falls incomplete over the middle third of the field, and that brings up 4th.
They went with the dive look that time on defense, just flooded the field with defensive backs, blanketed everyone, took away all the passing angles, thus the incompletion.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. And this will be out of bounds. Now it's a question of where they'll mark it. And they'll say it crosses at the 11-yard line. So back onto the field come the Pats for their 2nd drive. They have to be thrilled with that first drive. They got them the touchdown. Now they'll be looking to make it a 2-score advantage here on the road.
And you know they spent all week in practice, in meetings, talking about taking an early advantage. Being the road team, going up a score, that takes the crowd out of the game and puts some doubt in the minds of their opponents.
Now a 1st and 10 at the 11.
First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. He's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
He's going to look downfield for Henry. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Trying to get the ball. His tight end in the center of the field where he runs a lot of his routes and ostensibly is extremely comfortable. He was hoping he'd find a seam and a big gainer to go along with it, but that one was incomplete.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's going to look downfield for Henry. It got his man complete. Touchdown, New England. Kendrick Bourne, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Patriots, they add on to their lead.
There's not much that's perfect in football, but that's about as close to it as you're going to get. Score, force a punt, score again.
And both drives were impressive. The opening drive was, that last one was. Now on the other side, though, what's your psyche? You're really behind the 8 ball.
You got to make sure you just hold in there. Survive the early storm, relax a little bit, and try and get back to your game plan. It's way too early for panic.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returned. It's a touchback, and they'll begin at the 25. Back now on offense, the Buffalo Bills. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a 1st down now. Now the first carry for Zach Moss. And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run-up.
Oh, you saw that one coming. It's intercepted, thrown back across his body. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
So now it appears they're going to accept the penalty, which means take away the interception. Also means keep your defense on the field. Don't understand this one bit.
The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. It looks like a loss of right around 11 there on first down to set him back on second.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
2nd and 21, a lot of ground to cover.
Another try after the first down sack. Allen. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
And he's missed now in his first 4 passing attempts. The rhythm is just not there to begin this ball game.
Cole Beasley, the intended target. But now it's 3rd down. To throw, it's Allen. He's got the connection to Cole Beasley. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
Well, we hear so often how tackling has become almost a lost art in the NFL game. But it's so important to tackle well on these receivers, especially in a play like this one. 3rd down, they gave him the underneath stuff. You got to go and make the tackle right away.
We'll call that a 43-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10.
New England trying to get a place on offense.
And they had to go the length of the field last time out to get into the end zone. And with this starting field position, they're going to have to pretty much do it again.
And I think the thought process going into it is, hey, if you have to be methodical, go ahead and do that. But what you really want are a couple of big plays. Eat up chunks of yardage and cut down the number of times you have to snap the football.
A good start to the drive. Here's that's caught out on the left side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A big play there for the Patriots.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
They'll look to throw now on first down.
Right back to Henry, and Henry's got it again.
And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is where every back in the league is supposed to do exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the first down.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And a solid run down inside the 30. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got Smith here. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Jonnu Smith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Patriots add 6 to their lead.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Lutz with the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to an even 20. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's finished off by a Pats touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
No run back here, down to a knee, and this drive will start at the 25.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. They're in a bit of a bind, a pretty big bind, down 20-0 as they start here on 1st and 10. Allen going to throw.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Picked off near the 29. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
Boy, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, they've got to take care of the ball, because right now the way they're playing doesn't say a whole lot for their chances.
And that nearly a turnover, but it's incomplete. Oh, fortunate to retain possession there, and it's second down.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Buying time to his left. All in all, no gain on the play, and it'll bring up third. The chance of wasting this great starting field position, a real threat. This is third and long. They'll drop to throw. And, oh, what a catch at the 2. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1.
A lot of deflated looks on that defense. It seems like they just cannot find a way to get a key stop on third down. Here's another conversion, and now this offense, they're in a position to go up even further as they've got it first and goal.
Harris will take this one in. Touchdown, Patriots. Everybody in the stadium knew what they were going to do right there, CD. 3 tight ends on the field, all that extra bulk, and they run it in.
And you saw where that one went, right? You run it over your best blocker. I can just see the head coach right now. I want to run this one over the big boy. And they got it done.
Lutz will look to add the extra point. And that stretches the lead to 27. Just a 4-play drive that time. And it was Damian Harris who finished things off with a touchdown run. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25. Josh Allen leads the offense out for their next possession. In second quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse.
Well, they run the option on second down.
And this Patriot defense up to the challenge once more as they again stop him behind the line. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher third down looming. Here's Allen. Got a man, and he hits him in stride.
And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
Second and 10.
So the shotgun snap to Allen. Finding Knox there, complete. Now they got to get to the line quickly. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. And he completes it to the tight end, Knox. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Too far downfield, something those linemen have to watch out for, and that time it costs them. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. This is a draw play. Allen gives to Singletary. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. It's a gain of just 3, and the offense likely going to yield to the punting unit here on fourth down. So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. And it's taken in at the 9. Good blocking there. Nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Pats. At the line, ready to go. And with a huge lead already, they may be thinking, hey, our job's complete for these first 2 quarters. Let's get this to the locker room. Airing it out deep for Smith. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Patriots. Jonnu Smith. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Patriots are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
And this is going to be caught. Well, not sure about the need to go for 2, but they get it and extend this lead out even further. And around the goal line, especially on 2-point tries, sometimes the QB's best friend is that big target, the tight end.
I love how you described it because you know he's going to have some length and some catch radius as well as a big body to keep people away from the football.
After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bills going to take over now late in this first half. And with the score where it is, even though I think they'd love to get back to the locker room, they may be forced to try and get something out of this drive. And a big loss here as he's taken down. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sack.
He continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure, and these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
So at halftime, it's the Patriots with the advantage. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. Time to give you folks at home a look around the NFL on this first official weekend of fall. So let's get to it. We'll start up at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And those two have gone to the break with a score 21-7. Aaron Jones with 2 touchdown runs. From there, let's get down to Baltimore to check in on the Ravens at home at M&T Bank Stadium. And they've got the lead in their matchup with the Pittsburgh Steelers. Lamar Jackson has a touchdown pass. Finally, we'll save the biggest for last as we head to AT&T Stadium to see what's happening with the Cowboys at home in Arlington. And they trail the visiting Lions in that one. 2 touchdown passes there for Jared Goff. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a back-and-forth first half. Who can put it together?
So here we go for half number 2. The Patriots with the lead, and they will be getting the football. Pollard to return from the end zone. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So here are the Patriots to take over. They've won 2 straight, and they lead this one as well as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check the backer, check the backer.
Hey, check 24. Watch 24. Buffalo 18.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. It fights him off. He's going to look downfield for Henry. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for New England.
Well, partner, that's how you make a long drive suddenly not so long anymore. One big play, and they're already in field goal range with designs on getting more than that.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Damian Harris, he scored on the ground and through the air. And the Patriots come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
They went 5 wide in that offensive set. And racing, going 3 wide's a big deal. To go 5, how about the way that they finish things off?
Did you just fit a race car reference into the game?
Zoom, zoom. How about the way that you play? When you go 5 wide, that means you're going fast now.
Zoom, zoom indeed. Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. The return man down to a knee, and this will come out to the 25-yard line. So here's the Bills offense now. They get ready for their first possession of the 2nd half. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible.
All right, rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
Picked off at the 30. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Kendrick Bourne, his 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year. And the Pats take advantage of field. Position on the turnover to cash this one in. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. They had the short field, and they made quick work of it. Just 2 plays to get into the end zone. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this will not be returned. It'll come out to the 25. Buffalo set to get the football back here. And last time, 1 play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give them a chance.
Maybe play action?
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in it, and let him fling another one.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Now Allen. And he finds Beasley, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
From the 44, Allen. And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second-half blowout material.
On the give, this is Harris. And some space here. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Damian Harris, 45 yards.
And the Patriots get another 3rd quarter touchdown to add on to that lead.
Lutz to try to add the PAT. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. So they hit pay dirt on just 1 play. The long run, the scamper, and a very nice scamper into the end zone for the touchdown. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Buffalo offense back out ready to go.
And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any. At all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Now Allen. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
It's a Patriot sack. He couldn't get rid of it. He takes a sack for a loss of 6 to bring up 2nd down.
And you get the feeling, Charles, yeah, he's got the 2 sacks now, but he may get more here. We still got a quarter and then some to go.
And the way that he is playing this game, it reminds me of one of the best golfers in the world who can use every club in the bag and make a great shot. That's what he's doing with his pass rush move.
Allen hit. He lost the football, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. Here we go. So the defense forces the fumble. They get the score, and a guy on defense becoming offensive there, Charles.
And you know they love that. Any guy on defense loves to pick up the ball and have it in his hands and try and score himself. In this case, that's exactly what happened.
He'll be singing in the shower post-game. Lutz will look to add the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And he'll just take a seat, and the drive will begin at the 25-yard line.
Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them, the coaches from all the way up here. They were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. We were down there. That message would have been received a whole different way because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it. Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
Throwing on first down is Allen. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Christian Barmore able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been quite an afternoon getting to the quarterback.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front getting to him. Other times you have extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
These guys have punted 4 times already, and they're staring at a 5th, barring a conversion here on 3rd down. And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Pats at the line ready to go. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap.
And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Hunter Henry. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Patriots are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Lutz good on the extra point, and that will extend this big lead. And that is going to do it for this 3rd quarter of action. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Lutz now to kick this one away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Buffalo set to get the football back here. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Here's Allen on 1st and 10. On the left side, he finds Beasley. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
Meanwhile, Allen's throw here pulled in by Beasley.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver try to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Allen's throw here taken in by Knox. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
from just shy of midfield. Allen, it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big play that time on the catch and run.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Devin McCourty picks it off. And the Patriots are going to get the football here at their own 23. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
There's a beautiful throw there, and he's been sensational the entire game, moving it around, spreading it, hitting the right guys. And look, under normal situations, partner, I would expect him to come out of the game now. They've got it in hand. But you and I have been around this league a long time, and every time we ask head coaches about it, hey, why don't you take your quarterback out when the game's in hand? They just kind of give us that look like that's what he's paid to do. So it's a very unusual.
Well, he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Now it's looking in. Incredibly likely to be a 3-0 start to this season. That is obviously excellent. 2-0 is one thing. 3-0, you really have some momentum.
And now they're serving notice to the rest of the league that they're a pretty darn good football team. Confident, aggressive, attacking at all times. This looks like a team that you're going to have to deal with. And guess what? Behind closed doors, they're trying to figure out ways to get better.
Lutz with the extra point, and the lead will swell by one more. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. And now out come the Bills. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Allen now on first down. Working the middle here. That's complete to Knox, the tight end. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
4 yards remain for second down. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Bills football here as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. And he drops it incomplete, and their struggles continue here. Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on second down. To the air, Allen. And this one caught by Beasley. And he is going to have a Bills first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Now Allen again. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. Here's a throw out wide, complete to his running back right side. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. And he drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. From the gun, it's Allen. And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Jonathan Jones. And the Pats are going to get it back here just shy of the 20.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go. That one looks like he'll throw here. Open man here, the tight end Henry. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. On first down, he'll drop to throw. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Matt Milano. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. He's got it complete to Aguilar. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 45-yard line. And with just inside of 10 seconds to go, they'll burn their final timeout. 9 seconds left. 3 tight ends in the ball game here on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Open man, the tight end Henry. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. So this will wind up a victory for the New England Patriots. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for New England, it's an ideal start as they move to 3-0 now on the young season. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Buffalo, they'll fall to 1-2. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. So for our entire crew, alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time.